Hello, I'm Mr. Cooler. I'm your child's world language teacher. First, I want to apologize that I am not here in person on Tuesday. Due to having kids and trying to get someone to babysit my kids, I unfortunately only get one night that I could be here. And I have a lot more students in Spanish 1, and they have a high school credit course. So, unfortunately, I made the hard decision to spend time with my lovely eighth graders and their parents. That's a sarcastic. They're actually good kids, but you know it's back to school night, so you get that. So what I want to talk to you guys about real quick is what's going to happen in exploratory foreign language. So your child is going to be with me for about 9 weeks. Um, and in that time, we're going to spend about 4.5 weeks on French. I will admit this to you as I've admitted to them. I am not a great French teacher. It is a complex language that I do not do justice. If your kid loves French after they leave my classroom, that is in spite of my instruction. That means they really love the language and they should definitely take it. Miss Gridley will teach seventh graders and eighth graders French. She's amazing. It is a weakness of mine, and I tell my kids understand your weaknesses and know your strengths. My strength is teaching Spanish, but we'll get through the first 4 weeks of French. There will be an assessment at the end of it. That assessment will go over most of the material that we've gone over in a sixth grade friendly fashion. Then they will have a additional assessment in Spanish, and that will be their two assessment scores for the quarter, and that will be that category. Speaking of grades, in sixth grade, it's a pass fail course. It's a quarter course, and after they have me, they will move on to another elective. Um, and that's just the way we roll here in Chesapeake. When it comes to your grade, 30% is based on your practices, which I'll go into more detail in a second. 30% is based on quizzes, which is pretty self-explanatory. And then 40% are those two major assessments. Let's start with practices. Every day when kids come into the room, they have a practice. This practice is using a website called Blooket or, depending on the resource I have available, possibly Edpuzzle. It's basically just kind of a light, easy, pressure-free way for them to engage in the target language. Usually multiple choice with some minor games added to it. What I like about it is they're required to submit at least one. Now, let's say, for example, Timmy doesn't do well on his first practice. He submits it, he got a 40 out of 100. Well, he has 10 days from the day I assign it to redo it and then submit a higher score. And I'll keep the higher score. So practice, like in sports, like in music, like in dance, like in everything, is not going to penalize your grade. Just do it until you have a grade you're happy with. I give you guys 5 minutes in class to get it done, and if that works out, great. Quizzes will be using a variety of different tools, and some of them will be multiple choice, some of them will be free answer. But the goal is to test a wider range of variety, a wider variety and range of your ability in the target language. And that target language will be French or Spanish. So from there, after the quiz, you don't get to redo quizzes. It's kind of like the game. Like you threw that bad pass, you can't say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Can I redo that?" It's a quiz. That's what practice is for. If you do well in the practices, the quizzes are going to be in line with that. Um, I will not put anything on a quiz that you have not seen in a practice at least 2 times, if not five. I usually like to have five or more because that's just the way people's brains work. The assessments, the French one will be open notes. Once again, I'm a weak French instructor. I want my kids to have the benefit of the doubt when it comes to their grade. The Spanish one will not be open notes. Because that one I feel pretty confident in my ability to instruct. Um, so if all goes according to plan, that's the boring part of grades. I'm hoping that my room is open so you guys can come in and see the room. You'll see that behind me I have yoga balls. Over in the corner when you first come in, there should be a big, huge tank that if everything goes according to plan, tomorrow, well, today being Tuesday, you should have those Cuban tree frogs you've been waiting on for 3 weeks. 4 weeks now. They should arrive and be here, hopefully. So they're hopefully here hopping around being all adorable for you when you come in. You'll also notice there was a bowl of candy. The purpose of that candy is to, one, offer an apology to your students who wanted to come see me and they drug you here to show off their world language teacher. Um, and two, if you want to grab some for yourself, go ahead, mom or dad. You've earned it. Um, Hopefully my wife picks those up today and I can have them there ready for you guys. You should receive a weekly-ish email from me. I say weekly-ish because some weeks I don't have a lot to say, like we practice foreign language or world language, sorry. Yay! Sometimes like, hey, you have this assessment coming up. Hey, you have this activity coming up. Hey, don't forget we did this. So it's a little less like a weekly one with my Spanish one. I'm a little better about the weekly one because for them there is a lot more. And once again, high school credit class. In the letter I sent out the first week of school, I hope that you guys saw that you have my cell phone number on there. That goes to a Google number, which when I call you from it, of course, will show up as a spam number. So you feel free to text me on that. Say, hey, today in class, so and so had trouble with their work. Would you help them log in or whatever the issue is? That's part of my job. Teach you make sure your kid has access to the resources. So, yeah, that's me in a nutshell. I'm pretty much the way you see me here. If you have any questions, go ahead and message me, which I leave that here as well for you. Otherwise, I love having your kids. They've been phenomenal and super understanding as technology has continued to fail me this year. So, have a great time, and I look forward to actually meeting you in person next time.